Well, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. You know, my Tundra has been gone now for about a week, maybe a week and a half, something like that. And I'm out cruising around in the Civic Sport Touring right now, my mom's car. And I got to thinking, you know, gee, how's the Tundra doing? You know, is everything really okay after it's shipped? You know, I haven't seen it for a week and a half, so am I missing it, I guess? And the short answer to that, of course, is yes, I do miss the Tundra. You know, it's a big vehicle, it's a comfortable vehicle, you have plenty of room on the inside, lots of power, fun to drive, lots of space to put stuff on the inside if you need to. You know, I shoot videos obviously, so when I head out I have my phone so that I can see my screen, you know, see what the video looks like as I'm recording. And in this car I don't have that set up, of course, so I'm kind of looking down at the phone if I can see it much at all, and not really very well. Whereas in the truck, my phone is stuck on a magnet holder on the windshield, so I can keep my eyes in front of me and I can glance over, you know, once in a while and see the video. And the camera's mounted next to it on the windshield, which it's mounted on the windshield right now, so that's kind of the same setup. But I miss the versatility of the truck. You know, for what I do, creating YouTube videos and stuff for you guys, it comes in very handy, and it's just more cumbersome to do it in a vehicle that's not yours, you know, because I don't, you know, want to leave stuff in this car. It's not my car, so if somebody else is going to drive it, you know, they probably don't want an obstruction, you know, as small as it is, but it's still an obstruction on the windshield, you know, of a camera base or a phone base or whatever. So I do miss the Tundra in that respect as well. It's part of the channel, it's part of what I do, and it's just a lot more convenient to be able to hop in the truck that's already set up for what I'm doing, and just make a video or whatever the way that I want to have it. I mentioned the comfort of the truck. You know, the Civic Sport Touring, it's not bad. It's not really any different as far as comfort goes than my Civic Sport Manual. But the difference is when I have the truck available, you know, I can drive that for the day. I have the option. Well, since I don't have the Tundra here at the moment, I don't have that option. So I have to jump in and take the Civic Sport Touring, which I'm grateful that I have, don't get me wrong. But it's nice to be able to have the option to take something else, maybe on a day that you don't feel like driving a smaller car or driving a manual transmission. I miss that. I miss just looking at the truck. You know, I think the Tundra is a gorgeous looking truck. I love the color. Mine is cement, a pretty unique color, I think, although you are starting to see more of those on the road these days. Many different vehicles are coming out with some cement color variation, I guess, but I really love it on the Tundra. So I miss just looking at it. You know, whether you actually get in it or drive it, you know, and drive it or not, it's nice to see it every day. I miss the size of it. You know, it's funny, but when you're driving a smaller vehicle on the road, and maybe you guys have noticed this too, but you get less respect. You know, when you're trying to merge into traffic, it always seems to me like most times, not every time, but most times, people will actually slow down or get over to let you in. But when you're driving a smaller vehicle, it's almost like they feel that if you get in their way, or they think that you're in their way, they'll just run over you, which, as we know, is not going to be the case, but it's almost like they have that feeling. And when you're in the truck, specifically the Tundra, because it is so big, people take notice of it. And maybe that's the reason why. Maybe it's simply because people can see that it's, you know, a large truck in their field of vision, and it catches their eye more readily than something smaller like the Civic Sport Touring. I don't know, but I like that. I like that it's almost easier to drive in traffic because people are more likely to give you a little more respect and enable you to maneuver around or join traffic easier than in a smaller vehicle. Might be kind of nuts, but I've experienced it many times. The other thing, or one of the other things, I guess, is in addition to the comfort or the room in the Tundra, is the place that you can put stuff. You know, this car has cup holders in the center, which I really do like, and they are big enough to accommodate a large sweet tea. But the Tundra is just bigger, you know. It's easier to put more stuff, if you're carrying more stuff, in the center console area, and it's more comfortable to get to it. It's all, I guess it's maybe a little bit better designed ergonomically. You know, everything seems like it's placed in the right spot. You can reach everything easily, and there's enough room that if you have, let's say, a couple of people, or a couple of drinks rather, from a couple of people, you and a passenger, that you're not fumbling around trying to get your drink out without spilling it, because they're spaced further apart. It's the little things, you know. They're spaced further apart, so you don't have to, again, take your eyes off the road, at least not for long, to get your drink. You can almost do it in your peripheral vision because it's all right there, spaced far apart, that you don't have to make sure you grab it exactly right so that you don't spill it or dump it all over the place, because that would be a drag. So the last thing I guess I'd mention, and I don't do this very often, but the ability to haul stuff. You know, in the last, probably a month, it seems like forever, but the last month, we've been moving a lot of stuff. We've been hauling stuff, donating stuff, taking things to the trash, moving things around, stuff that we're getting rid of because of the move, you know, if we're giving a couch to somebody else or whatever. And I'm able to do that with the truck. I don't have to think about, well, you know, how am I going to get X to Y, you know, because I don't really have a way to move anything. Now, I will say that since pretty much all of that is over for us, as far as the moving part for this move, I don't really have to worry about that a lot, but it's still in your mind, you know, for some reason that, you know, I know when I'm in the truck, I have that bed in the back that I can pretty much haul whatever I want. You know, even after we had moved out of the house, we were moving some stones recently for a dog area, and I still had the truck, and even though it wasn't a project for my house per se, I was able to load stuff in the back and haul it to where it needed to be, and not have to worry about putting stuff in the back of an SUV or a trunk or whatever, because this stuff was dirty. I mean, the bags were wet, they were leaking, and it would have been a major mess in a car or inside a vehicle. Not to mention, getting things in and out is just easier. I mean, it's out in the open, it's in the back of the bed, it's at waist level, so it just makes things easier to move around. Bags of rocks are not light. They're rocks. So it made that part of it easier, and even though I'm not, you know, really actively moving anything now, fortunately, I've had my fill, I still in the back of my mind miss not having the ability to do that, if you know what I mean, if that makes any sense at all. The final thing, I know I said the last thing, the final thing is how the truck drives on the road. You know, it is a smoother ride than the Civic Sport Touring. And that's a couple of reasons for that. I mean, it is the Civic Sport Touring. It is set up to be a sportier ride, if you will. And that means you're going to have more contact with the road, more feedback from the road. So you're going to feel things a lot more. You know, the Tundra rides like a luxury car almost. It's smooth. You don't feel bumps like crazy unless you're, you know, on a road that's, you know, really bad. So you get a smoother ride in that truck, and And part of that might be, I mean, obviously it's heavier. The seats are more fully padded than they are in this car. I've mentioned before in the Civic Sport manual that the seats, after sitting in them for quite a while, become almost flat and hard feeling. And they're not really comfortable to go on a long distance trip. So you don't get that in the truck. And, you know, a couple of times I've been the passenger in this car because we'll all go out to dinner or something, and I sat in the back, and wow, you want to talk about uncomfortable, because there's no room back there. You don't have that in the Tundra. So the ability to even to be a passenger in the back or haul passengers is much better in the Tundra. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here, talk about that a little bit. I haven't had the Tundra for about a week and a half, something like that. And do I miss it? Absolutely. I can't wait to get back to it. I can't wait to have the option to drive either it or the Civic Sport manual. It won't be long. We will be leaving soon, and we'll all be reunited. Anyway, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you experienced this. If you've gone away on vacation or something like that, ever find yourself thinking about your truck, specifically your Tundra, or is it just me? Please give this video a big thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't before. And we'll see you next time on the web. Have a good day. Bye.